Let's go, Vikings. Let's go.
Welcome to another edition of Horned Up. I'm Lupagus here with One Bar. And look at this brand new jacket I'm sporting. I got from Brad Anderson in the mail. This thing is a classic.
It's nice, but is it really brand new?
It's brand new to me.
Hell yeah. Right answer. Right answer. We got plenty to talk about. Let's go, baby. Woo!
Hell yeah. Free agency still going on. Hot and heavy. Vikings still making moves right up to just a few minutes ago, really. And then the draft obviously on the horizon, just over a month away.
Yeah, Travis Nitzberg was toying with us earlier. He said in, and then he said, I will not be there tonight. So I don't know what that means.
Damn you, Travis.
Mr. Kevo's in the house. Patrick Harm's present. Nobody liked that guy in school, and they did attendance, and he said present.
That was the worst.
Never Ellis Gregor is in the house. Yeah, good to see him back. Mark J is in the house. Wants to line him up. Charlie.
Really? Wow. Yeah, you know, it's starting to make you wonder.
Jeez. Charlie might give old Aaron Hunt a run for his money on that hair. Bob Sweet in the house. Who else we got? Matamita, so much to cover.
We got a new one.
Covered that dong.
Tsukuyomi Illusion Z, fan from Canada.
Davey Chain's in the house. Old school baby. Davey, good to see you, man.
Davey probably had a jacket like this.
I bet Davey partied in jackets like that. Gary, becoming a fan favorite here.
Or definitely a show favorite.
Captain Cocktail, Mason M. Sorry, I'm catching up here. We're going to get started real soon.
Ernie Parham in the house. That's a new name.
Brad Anderson, Minnesota. Charlie. We got a lot on the docket. Brad, that's where the jacket came from, right?
Yeah, Brad Anderson is here.
Brad, I need me a jacket.
Nah, you don't need one. I need that one for you.
Smaller. Ernie, Tim Voss. Hell yeah. I'm sorry, I'm almost on
buddy.
Nick.
God, we got 51 of them. We haven't even started.
Dale Doe.
Record.
Dale, trust me. We're going to be talking about CJ Ham. We're talking about CJ Ham. We're talking about all the moves the Vikings have made since the last week. We're talking draft. We got plenty to talk about. So grab a beer and saddle up.
Absolutely. What's everybody drinking tonight? Anything weird? Exotic?
I don't know. What do you consider exotic?
I don't know. Like some just weird flavor of beer.
My beer tastes delicious.
I'm sure it does.
Brad, I'm just kidding, man. This whole household is now completely furnished by Brad Anderson, and he appreciates that.
Got a flag behind me. Got a new shower curtain. I got a jacket.
7-7, Davey. Someday,
yeah.
Me and Lupagus's dream is just to go out with Davey and just get shit faced and talk about Vikings.
Sounds like a good night. Maybe, I don't know, maybe get a cheese wheel.
Hell yeah, cheese wheel. Gotta let it simmer, let it coagulate for a while. Everyone should let the Lamar stuff go. Yeah, we'll probably hit on the Lamar, but I'm not drinking that Kool-Aid at all.
I'm not either, but it's just one of those rumors that it won't go away.
I didn't see the second line of it. If it does, he's gonna blow a Smurf.
Not sure what that means, but please send us the video when you do that.
Thomas in the house. Davey, we got you, man. I'd love to hear your trivia question. We'll give her about 2 more minutes.
Yep, and we're going to do a mock tonight, but it's going to be through the comments. We're going to do a comment mock to get everybody involved because, we keep seeing the same faces every week, and we want to see what other people – not everybody wants to come on the camera.
Man, don't get me – we love the faces. We love the faces. Gary Balster is drinking scotch tonight. Sounds like he's going to have a very sleepy pee-pee later.
No way. That's what they call him, the Balster. Never gets sleepy.
Yeah, you might be right. You might be right. Davey, we're going to bring you on for your trivia question. We'll wait a little bit while we get in here, see if any more people hop on so they can see it.
Oh, God, I guess we're going to be there when the Smurf gets blown.
Thank you.
I appreciate
that. I don't remember. There was Smurfette and like Sleepy or...
there was Vanity, the one who always looked in the mirror.
I think I might be thinking of Seven Dwarfs. I don't remember.
Yeah, he was definitely a dwarf. There was
a Smurf that always opened up a package and blew up. Always.
Yeah.
If somebody would please put that in the comments. I know I'm not making that up. There was a Smurf that opened up a yellow and red package, and it blew up every time.
There was
called
a handyman one.
I'm telling you, there was a Smurf. Really? Is that what it was? Jokey Smurf? I mean, I believe LS. He knows that shit, but
I don't know. Mark
yeah, we got a lot of jokey Smurfs.
I don't remember that at all. Jokey?
Smurfette might have actually been my first tug.
Really?
I'd put it at 50-50. Let's talk Vikings. Nobody wants to hear me talking about fantasizing about Smurfette.
Yeah, let's start. So let's hop into free agency.
It's definitely jokey. Everybody saying jokey.
Yeah, that sounds like it's been confirmed. I don't remember that at all. So Vikings made moves since we last all saw you guys on Horned Up. Alexander Madison back, Schlottman back, Dean Lowry signed, Oli Udo, Jonathan.
Hey, Jago, appreciate that.
Hey, Jago Sev, Brandon Powell, Troy Reeder, and CJ Ham. All some new Vikings, some back. So a little recent moves with the Vikings. What are you guys' thoughts on some of those moves? Just curious.
Yeah, so the re-signings were Madison, Schlottman, Udo, Bullard, and CJ Ham, which we extended. I have not seen the numbers on that contract. We're going to be talking about CJ Ham like separately. He deserves a separate line on this one, but yeah, let's hear what you think. I mean,
Gary Balser has a great idea.
Skull TOA he does not think highly of Smurfette.
I guess he does the French Smurfette.
Smurfette.
Smurfette is a salute.
Yeah, Gary, let's get. I like your thoughts as well. Let's get 5 patrons tonight. Let's go, baby.
Why wouldn't we? Let's do it.
So I mean,
somewhere we can give away one behind you there. Schlottman,
who cares? Depth move. You can't bitch about it. Udo, loved Oli Udo. Loved everything about it. I love that we got him back. I'm shocked he did not get any run out there as far as some cash because he proved he could be a pretty damn good right tackle. Bullard, who cares? Depth. And Madison's the one that's probably worth talking about.
Well, I mean, it signals
Ryan
a lot
Stone
more.
Good to see you, man.
What's up?
Ryan Stone in the house.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it signals that potentially maybe they're going to look to move Delvin Cook and put Madison as the starting back. Otherwise, why in the hell else would you bring him back? And why would he want to come here unless he was given that kind of assertion that, like, hey, we're going to use you and you're going to be the lead horse here?
Yeah, I mean, the thing with that is, like, Dalvin Cook, all the talk is he can't pass a physical right now. You can't trade him. So they must have something in the works. They have to. There's no way you don't have anything in the works. So Dalvin Cook right now is not even on this team in my mind. I don't know what it is or where he's going. There's no way in hell you re-sign Madison and he comes back with this. So
I hope he can, pass that physical before the draft. I won't have a draft pick this year. Not
Remember the first time I got a physical?
Yeah, did you do the duck walk?
No, but those doctor's hands were very cold.
Yeah, he didn't blow on him. The doctor didn't blow on his hands, so he put him on my nuts.
Should have rubbed him, or not rubbed him. He should have put him under some warm water first. But yeah, so Madison and Madison and Cook right now, big old question mark where that's going to be. CJ Ham or Madison will be running back one. It's going to be.
He has to be. Otherwise, it makes no damn sense whatsoever.
Good to see you.
Yeah, and then I think the other ones, the Troy Reeders, the Brandon Pauls, these are the types of signing you see, week 2 of free agency, the depth pieces, the special teamers, fleshing out the entire roster. They're not exciting, they're not sexy, but they happen every year.
Yeah, I have the Dean Lowry. Right now, he is a starting defensive end for the Vikings. And you know what? He started a handful, or actually quite a few games for the Packers, and he's not a sexy player, but I would say he's pretty average defensive lineman. So I'm not that worried about it. I don't think come week 1 he's going to be our starter. I think we're going to end up doing something in the draft or doing something different. But I like the signing. Brandon Powell, he's just a fun signing. I mean, talked about it in my video where they missed out on Hardman, and all of a sudden they signed Powell. He had to have been their backup plan the whole time. Like, if we don't get Hardman, Powell's he fits that mold exactly.
Yeah, I don't think he's that much of a role in offense. I think that's pretty much, down the depth chart and then maybe compete with Rigger for the punt return job. Which
he'll beat him.
If you remember, he had a touchdown against the Vikings that kind of sealed that game when the Vikings were hanging with the Rams back. I think the Rams Super Bowl year, actually. So that's why I remembered his name right when I saw that. Like, oh, I remember that guy. I thought he was in the XFL, but I remember him.
Skull TOA is sitting on his nuts right now. No, I don't know. I think Paul. I mean, any other year with our current depth chart, I mean, our receivers like suck. So
football junkie.
Football junkie. Love you, man.
One bar's in love with you, football junkie.
I think the Brandon Paul one is a sneaky one. Last year he had 17 carries in the back. I just think he's a gadgety guy that maybe you have a little bit of fun with. I don't think he's going to have more than 20 receptions. Maybe he doesn't have more than 10 receptions.
Wait.
But I would love to see him returning punts.
Are you saying he's going to put on Johnny Munt-esque numbers?
Yes, but maybe even look better doing it. Possible.
Wait, did we get 2 patrons? Gary Balser?
I don't know. I think Gary's a little confused. Like, these aren't patrons. These are just kind of donations. But Gary, appreciate you keeping tabs.
He'll figure
I'm going to put out the link right now. But
Gary's also looking for love right now.
I think the last week of free agency with some of these guys we signed, they're just doing a little bit of dirty work. It's not sexy. They got to, I mean, you can't go into the season with 40 players. I mean, you got to have a roster. So I just don't get, I think it's kind of funny when we do a video on these players that we sign that we're very clear that, you know, these guys are going to be fighting for a roster spot. You got to have those guys. I mean, you can't bitch about them. There's no reason to bitch about these guys when there's guys that probably won't make the team.
Yeah, you know, I think I'm higher on the Dean Lowry signing than you are. I think he actually can be a decent starter. I saw some stat.
I think he's decent. I like him.
He actually had the same number. I don't know what it was that Delvin Tomlinson had, you know, for a fraction of the price on some stats. So I actually think he could be starting, and I won't be surprised if he started majority. I mean, we're going to get one guy through the draft probably who's going to start. I mean, I don't really want to see Jonathan Bullard out there starting again. I'd rather see a rookie and maybe roll the dice with Dean Lowry, see if he can be better.
Yeah, here's what I want. I like the Lowry signing. I don't think he's gonna do anything overly exciting, but I think he's gonna be good. I want to still get that rookie in round 1 or round 3 on the defensive line that pushes the hell out of Dean, just sniffing up his ass the whole time. Like, give me that spot. I want it.
Oh, if I reek so bad.
No, I don't think. I think Dean looks quite shorn and clean.
He was a much cleaner looking dude than I imagined when I saw him sign that contract. Yeah, so, you know, and Troy Reeder, we got to give ourselves some credit. You know, a year ago, we actually, that was a name we dropped, the Ram Connection. And we're probably going to sign this guy, Johnny Munt and Troy Reeder. And we have Troy Reeder. It took us a year, but we got there.
Yeah, I think we even in that video, we called him, we might have called him Troy Peter. I think we did.
I'm sure we did.
We're going to bring Davey on quick. He's going to give us all a trivia question. And at the end of the show, the first one, how did we do this last time?
I think T-Bass confirmed the answer. So Davey, I guess, would have to, he can pick out the winner. First one he sees. Let's put on him. All
right, we'll put it on Davey. First one who gets the correct answer gets a 1 bar and Lupagus hat. So Davey, nobody else come on. It'd be weird if you did. But there's a link just for Davey.
Yeah. No one else. Don't you dare click on that.
We'll still bring you on. It'd be weird.
T-Man will be on. T-Man's will be on for sure.
We'll sit and stare at you.
All
right, Davey's ready. He's locked and loaded.
Oh,
I see him.
Skull TYA.
Skull TYA. Appreciate that, man.
Hope there's a banana.
No bananas tonight. Hey, what's up? What's up, guys?
Dance.
Okay, here's the trivia question. This Viking player is the only player in team history to block a punt in overtime and win the game.
Wow, Davey, going deep
cut.
Davey, you got to pick the winner. All right,
you watch it.
I'll pick the winner.
Keep your eyes peeled for the comments. Appreciate it, man. Block a punt and win the game.
I mean, a hint. If it's Davey, it's probably old school.
Yeah, I'd guess like, I don't know, oldest fucking guy ever. Although my first thought did go to Adam Thielen, and I'm seeing a lot of Thielens, but we're leaving it up to Davey. Davey picks the winner. All right, let's keep going. So let's talk about players that we actually brought back.
Yeah.
That we are not excited about.
Yep. Yeah. Who's someone the Vikings brought back that you guys are not happy about? Like, why? I've seen enough of this guy.
Comments, hot and heavy.
What are
and
you
also
scratching
try to
down there?
guess the winner. Todd Scott, Parrot Head. I fucking love Todd Scott. I used to love that. Him, Audrey McMillan. God, that secondary was beautiful. Vincey Glenn. Woo! I don't know if that's the right answer, but
maybe not.
Bullock, Bradbury.
Joseph, wasn't Metellus? I don't think he was a free agent, was he?
I think he thinks Metellus might have blocked a punt. I don't know.
Oh,
yeah.
David, did anybody get it right yet? Have you been looking? He just passed out.
I bet Davey would have been. He looked like he would have been made to be in Boogie Nights, the movie. He was just. I mean, gold chains.
He would have been like a bouncer at the place.
Oh shit, we got Davey back. I don't know if he's got the winner, but Davey.
No. Let me rephrase the question. This Viking player is the only player in team history to block a punt in overtime for a safety that wins the game.
All right.
Safety. Okay. Change it.
I love it. Boom. For a safety. Well, it's definitely not Adam Thielen. All those Thielens can come off. So, yeah, players that we are not excited that they brought back. Someone you just wish you would have said, you know what? I hope he signs with the Texans. Just get him out of here. Just
gets released.
Leave. Mike Merriweather. Hell yeah.
A lot of different options here. Harm says
Hickson Joseph. Jerry Ball. What a player.
Jerry Ball, yeah.
93, baby. Sammy White, Gary Larson. All right, Love, guess who's a guy that we brought back that you did not want back?
One I just can't get over, and it's been over a week. To Jordan Hicks, I just don't understand it. And this guy was so bad in pass coverage. I don't even care if he's cheaper. It seemed he's what, 28? He's on the older side of 20, I believe.
Paul, what is dog water? Is that like what they drink?
Yeah, maybe. But I was just so ready to move on. I wanted two young linebackers in the middle, head set on it, heart set on it, and the fact they brought him back, it just almost seemed like this blind commitment to a guy that they originally signed. This, new regime, Kwesi, bringing one of his boys and bringing him back no matter how bad he was. So Jordan Hicks coming back to me, it just keeps rubbing me the wrong way, and it just doesn't sit comfortable with me.
Davey says Skull TOA got it. I don't know what he said. Was he a Merriweather? I don't know.
What was the answer, Davey? This could be completely just made up, and they have a deal under the table to get Skull TOA a hat. We don't know.
I like the way they work. Smart. Also, if anybody wants to come on and give next week's trivia question, we're going to do this every week. It's all up to you. If you want to come on and do the trivia question next week,
I thought we were giving it to the winner was going to do it.
Well, he can.
Davey won last week, and then we're going to keep it with the winners going on.
All right, I like it. Hey, Football Junkie is a brand new Patreon. Football Junkie, let's go, baby, let's go.
Figured it out. He figured it out.
All right. Here's my thing with Hicks is we've not been nice to him, but when you look at some of his grades and some of the other a lot of people think he was actually pretty decent. So whether we're right or wrong, some people actually liked the way he played. Some people absolutely hated the way he played. So I don't know where to stand on that. So that one, he was on my list. It doesn't bother me as much. I had Alexander Madison on here just because we don't have the answer to Dalvin Cook. And honestly, even if we did have the answer to Dalvin Cook, I know Madison was cheap, but I was just dead set on going with Chandler and another rookie in like round 5.
Yep.
I mean, I just wanted to go so cheap at running back, but all the moves we're making right now appears that we're going to run the ball 70 times a game. So I don't know. We'll just have to see what happens with Madison and then Ben Ellison. You signed Josh Oliver. We still have Johnny Munt on the roster.
Nick freaking Muse.
How many blocking tight ends do we need? So they're not done shaping this roster, so it's not fair on the ones I just said, but I just have a lot of questions.
Yeah, another one too. I mean, you can throw Greg Joseph in the mix. You look at the other kickers that were out there.
Right,
no one kicked as low as he did last
year.
You
game-winning kicker, Greg Joseph.
But you look at their stats too. I mean, all those kickers are available. Most of them had at least 1 year where they kicked as bad as Joseph did last year. So that one, I mean, again, I guess overall, Jonathan Bullard too. Why bring him back? I don't even why.
Well, here, let me ask you this. Have you seen our depth at defensive end? I mean, who would you rather than bring in with the money we have?
I would just rather have some kind of new face that you can find in one of these Quasi deals. I
Bullard
guess
was actually pretty
overall,
decent.
my general statement would be I would want the fewest number of players who had part of this shitty defense last year to come back on this team.
That's fair, but Bullard probably had like the least amount to do with it too. I mean, if he was, it's not like he had like 50+% of the snaps.
I mean, he just didn't do much when he was out there. So I would just rather go with a different face and put the money to someone else. Even if I want different players on this defense. And I'm actually overall, that's the next thing we were going to talk about. Surprises in free agency. And I'm shocked with all these players that they've brought back. I thought this was going to be Quasi and Kevin O'Connell getting rid of a lot of the Spielman Zimmer era players and really putting their stamp on this team, bringing in new faces. And I didn't count, but it's got to be damn near 10. I mean, 10 players they brought back.
Well, you're looking at the players they brought back who are all depth pieces and who are all guys that are going to be fighting for the roster, except for the Bradburys. I think even Hicks is probably fighting for a spot. But look at the guys they got rid of. I mean, give them some love there. They got rid of Eric Kendricks, guys that are beloved. So they're making their mark. The guy, Bullard.
Yeah, but I don't think anybody thought.
Who gives a shit?
No one thought. Bradbury be back, Joseph, Hicks. We all assumed Madison. We all just thought, right at the bat, these guys are gonzo, easy peasy, and now these guys are coming back. And to me, it's absolutely shocking, really.
But you got to look at the price tag they're coming back at.
No, it's fine. I thought they would have moved on and got new faces in here and really put their core players together.
My only issue is they don't have any money. So they're getting bargains on guys that they're bringing back. It's like that's the biggest thing with me is everybody expects us to all of a sudden sign the top player at every position. It's like Garrett Bradbury for 3 years at $15 million. Fuck yeah, I'm bringing him back. I'm bringing him back 10 times out of 10.
I'm not saying that they had to go and spend a bunch of money. I mean, they put money.
Well, you have to.
They put money. Do
center?
You think these guys they brought back were free? They still spent money to bring those guys back.
Very cheap.
They would take that money and go find other guys that they could sign for those deals. I was surprised so many players came back that weren't originally their guys. So I thought they were going to move on, find other faces, and really have a whole new team. But this has still got a lot of Spielman scent all over it.
Well, would you rather have a new team with shittier players, or would you rather have? I mean,
I'm not really taking a stance on the players themselves or the quality. I'm just saying I thought they were going to bring in a shit ton of new. Like when we were talking about, I thought it was going to be just chop, 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 chop. Here's some new players.
I do, Mark J. I do think Garrett Bradbury is fairly dog shit, but he's like the 18th highest paid center now. I mean, that's what he should be paid. So I'm all for it. Like if I'm putting money somewhere, put it on the defensive line, put it in the secondary. If there was a center out there that was worth going out and putting there was no free agent centers. And even when you draft one, I mean, look at the draft picks out there. I mean, there's not a guy in round one that's going to come in and all of a sudden dominate at center. You're taking a complete swing in round 3, a complete swing, or 4 or 5. And you can say, oh, who cares? You'd still be better than Bradbury. That's easy to say, and we've said it a bunch, and we've always been wrong.
But is it hard? I mean, can a 3rd round pick get up 48, PFF grade? Probably.
Oh, listen to you, a guy who does
saying,
not like
that's where it all comes from. You could probably find
Bradbury didn't have 48.
Who could, not last year, but years before he has. I'm just saying, if he reverts, you could probably find that guy in the 3rd round who could play just as good as he has. Yeah, you're losing consistency, you're losing familiarity. I get all that, but that's the other risk I think they're taking too, is bringing back these players. If these guys, continue to suck, then you're like, okay, we brought back bad players.
Well, here's my final thought on Bradbury is the price was right. In fact, I think we even got him cheaper than I thought. And we do not have to all of a sudden spend one of a draft pick that we don't have many of on a center. And we'll just see what happens. Like I want to spend that elsewhere. We have two very good offensive tackles. Ezra Cleveland's a pretty good guard. Ed Ingram hopefully improves. So Garrett Bradbury coming off a big year. For that price, I'm willing to throw it at him to see if it was a fluke or not. So I'm fine with it.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I completely thought they were going to move in different directions with a lot of these players. And
I think there was no other direction at center.
I'm not even saying center directly, but I'm saying all overall. Like I saw Verste commented. I mean, he thought half these guys were going to be gone. They're bringing back. So, and I thought Udo would actually get a pretty good deal with somebody else. I'm surprised he didn't get anything. I thought Madison would actually not want to come back. So, these things that have happened that brought these players back, to me overall, is pretty damn surprising.
Yeah, I love Udo coming back. That's beautiful. Cheap as hell. I mean, our depth at offensive line is a serious issue, but him coming back, which a year ago I would have just laughed, but he's a backup right tackle. I mean, he's a right tackle in this league, and it's cheap. I love it. I love everything about it.
Yeah. So any other things?
We got Isaac, brand new Patreon, buddy.
Is that two? We got two?
Yep. Two. If we get what, two more, we're giving away a hat.
Okay. Gary said we should get 5.
All right, so let's go on. So let's talk about any more moves the Vikings. Do we expect them to make any more moves? If so, what position? Comments. Let's see it. Where are we going? Isaac.
Where are we going to go?
Greg P wants a stinking hat. They do stink too. We'll wear them for at least a week before we send them out.
Yeah, I take a sauna with every hat we send out.
Oh, yuck. Bring back Duke. Something tells me Duke is asking for too much money.
I mean, like, you look at these players they brought back. Duke was probably one of the better performers last year, and he remains unsigned.
Mark J, you call that pickleball? I call that shitball.
Shitball. Dingle ball.
You know what's funny is when we signed Duke Shelley and Tonga, we're all I went back and looked at the comments, like everyone's just pissed off. Oh, yippee, and a practice squatter. Let's give Kwesi some love when he's signing some of these players. I mean, he's smart. So let's wait and see what they do before we absolutely tear them apart, because we tore those guys apart and they're pretty damn good.
They panned out. But apparently, Shelley, something's going on there. He should have been back by now.
Yeah, he should have.
Ed Walters says Tonga is going to have a great year.
Hey, we got another Patreon, Jay Hutch. Jay Hutch, welcome.
Hey, Jay Hutch.
Welcome to the squad, Jay Hutch.
Thanks
one
for
more,
joining, Jay Hutch. One more to go. I think, that you talk about signings that could possibly come back. Shelley is the one I think is kind of obvious. And I'm still hoping that there's a trade, either to Delvin Cooks, Darius Smith. Something has to happen with one of those guys. And I hope it happens pretty damn soon.
Yeah, I mean, as far as me, it's a move I would expect the Vikings to make, and it's just depth at guard. It ain't going to be sexy. It ain't going to be one that we get excited about, but we have Chris Reed as our only backup guard right now. That's the only one on the depth chart. I want a veteran to come in, again, fit in the mold of Kwesi, 26, 27, that can at least give Ed Ingram some sort of mild push. Clearly, Chris Reed can't do that, or he would have done it last year. But sign somebody, a veteran. I don't want a 5th, 6th round rookie to come in and push Ed Ingram. So that's my only hope is some sort of backup guard, a veteran.
Hasn't Schlottman played guard in the past?
Yeah, I think real shitty.
Yeah, well.
Schlottman's already on the roster. I want another one. Schlottman's our backup center.
Yeah, we got some depth there.
And we've seen a lot of comments on our Dalton Reisner. Everybody loves Dalton Reisner. There's nobody that loves Dalton Reisner more than us. We love Dalton Reisner. He's just too much damn money, and he's a left guard.
Yeah, and I don't know. Yeah, he's still sitting out there, so he must be wanting a lot.
Worth it. Worth every fucking penny.
And let's hope Ingram can, take that next step and be
more
consistent.
We're not taking a guard in round 1. Damn it. Watch your mouth.
And that's where you're going to have to get Osiris, unless you had an early second. Oh, Gary wants 10 now. Gary's getting very aggressive.
Gary's our new marketing manager. We appreciate that, Gary.
We fired the last one. All right, let's see what we're talking about. Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, maybe that's really what's going to happen. I don't expect anything huge. I think, with the Brandon Powell, I don't know if another receiver comes in or not.
Not great.
We'll see.
We'll see. All right, there's a Patreon link. Let's get a couple more tonight. $2 a month. That is it. So let's go to some Vikings that are still unsigned, free agents out there, and maybe if we think they might come back. But the 4 I got, Shannon Sullivan, nobody wants him back. That's fair. All right, Shannon Sullivan, Irv Smith. Yeah. I am very surprised that he is not signed yet, like some cheap 1-year prove-it deal. Still unsigned. What the hell?
You got Chris Boyd. Sounds like he was being very flirtatious with the Giants. I don't know if anything ever got done there. BC Johnson still out there to be had by somebody.
Did you say Queefy Johnson?
Queefy Johnson and Duke Shelley. Still out there, floating around.
Yeah, I mean, out of these, Chris Boyd, nice depth, good special teamer. I'm surprised he's not signed. Irv, like I said, I'm surprised. And BC, what did you say? He visited the Patriots, right?
I don't know. I didn't see that. Boyd visited the Giants. Did BC really got a visit?
Yeah, he did. I was surprised.
Is he walking yet from his old
We got another Patreon, Paul Olson in the house.
Oh, shit.
Appreciate that, Paul. I believe that I think we have to give away a hat, right?
Yeah, Skull TY says poop on all except Duke. Poop on all of them guys. I don't think.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want any of these guys back except for Duke.
But this is the time of free agency when a guy like Chris Boyd gets signed. Irv Smith, we just saw. Who's that tight end who just signed with the Raiders?
Isaac doubling up.
Who's the tight end with the Raiders there? He just signed with the Raiders. He's the old freaking. He's on the Browns. He's on Titans. He's been around. He's been like every team. He just signed. So maybe that market's starting to establish itself. So maybe Irv Smith finds a team here eventually. But yeah, I would have thought someone would roll the dice on him. Shannon Sullivan is probably a post-draft signing by somebody.
Yeah, we'll see. But that's enough about them. Let's talk about the fact that the Vikings.
Austin Hooper is what it was.
Where is he? He's a Raider now?
He's a Raider.
The Pooper is a Raider? God, that guy is like on every one of my fantasy teams.
Yeah, maybe you get one catch for a touchdown. He ain't doing anything else.
All right, let's talk about the fact that the Vikings, social media wise, Twitter, Facebook, all the Reddit, were voted. They have the most negativity this offseason. Vikings fans, and they won by about 5%, which is a pretty big deal. So everybody's saying that we have the most angry fan base. Is that valid? Based off of Thomas's comment here, they all suck. He's confirming it.
Well, hey, did we ever hear who the answer was to the trivia? I know who won it.
Mike Merriweather.
Oh, it was Mike Merriweather.
Part of the old Herschel Walker trade, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, Davey. I think he was part of that trade.
Yeah.
So Vikings most negative. What do we think?
Well, you know why?
Ryan says we're awful people.
What's that old saying? Don't be mean to people because you never know what they're going through. Well, look what Vikings fans have been through. All the heartache, and not just losing close games, but the way they lose these games. Favre's interception, the Gary Anderson field goal, the Blair Walsh miss. All these heartbreaking, heart-wrenching, rip your balls out, shove them up your ass, shit them out, and then eat them. Moments that absolutely have terrorized and haunted this franchise. So yes, there's a lot of pent-up anger, aggression, and it's for good reason. This team's been this close so many damn times, cannot punch that ticket. Now we can't even get the damn Super Bowl anymore. So yeah, there's a lot of built-up frustration.
There is. I got a little bit different take, but I agree with everything you just said. Doing the top comments of the week for the last handful of weeks, and we're going to do it again. It's just free agency has been a little bit crazy, so we haven't had time to go through them all, but I fully agree. I mean, reading some of these, hey, we are not nice to our Vikings, and everything you just said justifies it. But here's my thought on it is we got a lot of scorned Vikings viewers, rightfully so. I mean, people older than us have gone through the 70s and saw all that shit, and then obviously 98, 2009. So I get it, but this is a new regime. New regime. I mean, the fact that what I don't get is when people bitch about these low-level signings. Go back to the 98 roster. Go back to the 2009 roster. There's some real fucking turds on that thing. They just have to be there. Like, that's what I don't get. As far as when we sign somebody, everybody bitches about it. You have to have those guys on your team.
It's almost like no matter what, some of these guys just don't want to be happy. And you never satisfy them until we actually win the title. And I don't get the Kirk Cousins hate. I mean, the dude's putting up ridiculous numbers and everybody just wants to bash this guy. And you know, it's pretty mixed on him, you know, like him or hate him. But I just the real, like, just this deep-seated hate for this guy. And they bitch about his contract, which now is like, what, 15th in the NFL? I don't understand it. He's a damn good quarterback. I mean, can't we just be happy with what we have? Because, you know, when he's gone, we're going to miss him.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, I even wrote some of these players down, like some of the players the Vikings signed in 2009. That was our year. Favre, loved it. Our backup left tackle. If you can name our backup left tackle, I will give away 20 free hats right now.
2009?
Yeah.
Don't give him time to Google it.
No, I'm talking to you.
Storm Norton.
Chris Clark.
Oh, yeah. Chris Clark.
I mean, can you imagine if we signed Chris Clark right now? Everybody would just be like, oh, same old Vikings. John Cooper was our backup center. Our backup defensive end was Michael Montgomery. So when we sign guys like Bullard, it's just part of it. So it's no reason to get pissy about it. So that's the thing, that the negative part that I don't get. And, you know, you got to look at the salary cap. You got to look at the fact that we got a new GM. Give him 3 years to make it his team. In 2 years from now, if we're dog shit, we don't have anything that's pointing in the right direction, I'm all on it. Let's start bitching. But it's a whole new regime. I can't get on the negative stuff until he proves that he sucks at it.
Well, and I think it's hard for people, you know, older fans especially, who've been through this, to hit that reset button when a new regime comes in, because they've seen it happen before. They've seen the lack of results, and they probably are quick to assume nothing's going to get better. And then you see this new regime come in, and your first round pick breaks his leg, your second round pick's hurt. And then, you know, I get it. But yeah, let's just try to give a fresh start. But again, a lot of deep-seated issues here that would take years and years of therapy.
And it's fair. I can't bitch about it. I can't, I'm not going to give everybody shit for that. Exactly. Davey brings up a good point, but Davey, they're not here anymore. Brand new.
You know, when I don't see a lot of negativity is on our post-game shows when we're walking off with a win. Everybody seems to be very, very happy and very, very positive. And I see a lot of color.
Shit, oh, Gary, we love you more than anything in the world.
Yeah, Gary, hell yeah. Well done. He's an ambassador, and he's dropping coin on us. What a guy.
Everybody give some love to Gary in the comments. Greatly appreciated, Gary. We love you, man. We love you. And we also did get a new Patreon as well. And I feel greedy for even putting this up after Gary's wonderful contribution, but let's get some more Patreons tonight. We got Ryan King as a new Patreon.
Wow. Isn't he a
Greatly
punter?
Appreciate Ryan. Everybody's giving love to Gary.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Gary, wow.
I wasn't going to have another beer, but damn it, after that, I'm going to have another beer. You know what? I'm going to have 2 more beers.
I think you already had them out.
I did have
All
them
right.
out.
What's next? I think it's time to talk some draft, and we're going to do, again, something different today. We're just going to do comments on the mock today. We're going to do it a little bit, kind of get a consensus.
This is now the Gary Bolster show.
We might as well. One more Lepica show brought to you by Gary Bolster. All right, I think it's time. Yeah, let's talk draft. So first wave of free agency, the hot wave is over. Now it's going to just kind of be random guys here and there, if there's many more signings at all. So after the first wave of free agency, what do you guys consider to be the Vikings' biggest need as we roll toward April 29th in the draft?
Yeah, come draft. We're talking first round. What position?
I mean, what is the number one need? What do you guys consider number one need? And I think you can make a case for a few of these, but I have mine.
I really have like one, to be honest.
Yeah. We got D tackle, cornerback, D line, D tackle.
Also, new subscribers or new viewers, come draft day, we do like a 2-hour tailgate party before the draft, and we get shit-faced, and we talk about the draft, and it's going to be awesome. So make sure to join it. We do a lot of giveaways. We're giving away a Vikings jersey. We're giving away some other stuff, so make sure to get your asses on tailgating, baby. A lot of D-line.
Lot of D-line. True shutdown cornerback, quarterback, cornerback, nose tackle. Dynamic wide receiver, says Paul Olsen. Speaking of Paul, I'm going to send you some pictures of something I got going on down below. All right. Trade out for 2s, 3s this year and a first next year. What up, Daywalker? How are you, man? Mark J, I don't know. I might cry. I can't predict the future. Tobin could probably tell you, though. Topher? What the hell was that guy's name? School TY already has the draft off. I always take the draft off no matter what. Both days, Thursday, Friday. See, well, now we're getting the names. Now we're dropping names down. Harms, I guess, wants Keely Ringo. Gary Balster will be here sponsoring the tailgate. Wigan Funeral, how you doing, bud? Wide receiver 2. Thunder Pisser. Yeah, I don't know. I can't hear the stream, so
I got some issues here.
Charlie Boltman wants anything on defense. We got a Cansey on Dan Henneman. Are you having issues with what's going on in the bathroom or with these comments?
Ding dong.
No, he's having issues with the ding dong. Jalen Carter, Pittsburgh's ready. Cody Mock. Yeah, I mean, Alex Gregor, if you were a GM, we would have all NDSU players. That's a given. Yeah, I do too, Viking Funeral. Clancy is, I told Wumbar today, something real special.
Oh,
Jesus, did you poop?
No, I don't want to talk about it. It was some rough. I did hear everything. A lot. It sounds like a lot of defensive line. I did hear some receivers.
Yep.
Sounds like a lot of O line, right? Or D line, right?
Yep. What's yours? What's your number one need? One bar?
No, it's easy. It's defensive line. Come on. I mean, like we said earlier, I love the Lowry signing. I love the fact that we're adding a little depth there. But Brian Brissy, let's go defensive line. And the best part about that is both those guys could possibly still be on the board at 23. Trade the fuck back, get another third, whatever it takes. Just a couple picks, still get your defensive line. And aside from defensive line, if one of those top 3 corners are there, you pounce on it. I think you said Harms was talking Ringo, right?
He was.
I don't want him at 23, but if we traded back and got him, I'd be fine with him. Other than D-line and corner, I guess if one of the Johnson was their receiver, go for it. But I don't want to reach. I want D-line. I want him hot and heavy.
Yeah, you look at D-line, and I think this is the reason why it's number one. You don't have that stud. I mean, at wide receiver, you have Justin Jefferson. All right, so then you got KJ Osborne, who's not a stud, but he's a very good player. Cornerback, you got Byron Murphy, and you have young guys. You got Andrew Booth. You have a Caleb Evans, so you have some hope that one of these guys step up too, and you have your number one guy. You can't really say that. I mean, Harrison Phillips, he's a nice player. He's not an elite
good.
level.
He's more than nice. He's good.
Yeah, he's not an elite level talent though. So you don't have that guy. And then on the end, you got Dean Lowry, Jonathan Bullard right now. So it's just you need that stud. You need that star on the D line. We don't have it, so that's why to me it's number one need. But like you said, if one of those top corners is there, you got to consider that. If the big receiver from TCU is there, if Jackson Smith and Jigba's there, those are guys you all have to think long and hard about. So I really think it's going to be one of those 3 positions. I think when you're talking about the whole spectrum of positions for 23, those are the 3.
Yeah, and even receiver seems to be a trigger topic. But you also have to, I mean, if just think Justin Jefferson misses 3 to 4 games, God forbid, your starting receiver is going to be KJ Osborne and like fucking Jalen Reagor.
Brandon Powell.
I mean, think about it. I mean, our depth at receiver, as much as we got bigger needs, that's disgusting. I mean, we would be screwed. What are we going to do? Run it 70 times a game? That is horrible.
Apparently so. We have, CJ Ham back.
Maybe. Speaking of 70, let's get 70 Patreons tonight. We got 4. Let's get to 5.
This is really escalating, these Patreons.
Everybody who signs up for the Patreon tonight will be in the bucket for a One Bar and Lepicus hat that you can wear proudly at the local VFW.
Yeah. Zay Flowers, I see Viking Funeral dropping that name. Definitely got to consider him. He seems to be like on every team's wish list right now.
It's going to be very interesting to see where these receivers go. It's going to be, I think it's not even going to start to like pick 20.
Well, I was just
So
going to
all
say,
these guys
it's
will be there.
not just where they go, but when. And yeah, so you just answered that. It could be, I think the Texans at 12 is where you'd first have to start looking at it.
Yeah, I agree.
See what else we got in our draft docket here. We kind of touched on the what positions we think are going to go. How about some names? Let's talk some names at 23. A couple more names. We didn't talk everything here, but we did drop a few.
Put your names in the comments. Best case realistic scenario. Best case realistic scenario. Who you want at 23?
Wow, Mark J. Getting a little risque on us here.
Jesus, we're going fishing with Gary? Can I come? I'm not a very good fisherman. I don't like baiting my own hook, and if I catch a fish, I sure the hell ain't taking it off.
Yeah, you got a lot of maintenance there.
I will throw my pole in the lake before I take that fish off the hook. Cansey, defensive tackle, hell yeah.
A lot of Brissy.
Nolan Smith. I think Nolan Smith's going to go ridiculously early. Like that's going to be the.
I hope he goes before Lucas Van Ness.
Greg still wants that center from Minnesota. Ain't happening, Greg.
I don't think so either.
Thank you, Gary. I appreciate that. Anthony Richardson. Oh, I like it. Richardson's going to be the number 1 pick.
Could happen to Mozzie Smith getting dropped by Mr. Westland.
T-Bass throwing out the. You're getting my parts tingling just thinking about that.
You think Mark Westland and Brian Westerland are related?
Absolutely, I do. Thank you for asking. Yeah, Cam Smith is LS. Cam Smith is kind of a name that has quieted down.
Yeah, I don't know. I do like him, but I wouldn't be shocked if he's a second rounder.
Well, kind of like the Dalvin Cook issue. Zadarius Smith currently is still on the roster, and we're pretty thick at edge rushers with Davenport, Hunter, Patrick Jones, DJ Wadham. I mean, Zadarius Smith.
Kenny Willekes.
Yeah, edge rusher is not even on my radar right now. And there's some good ones in this draft.
Yeah, but you lose
hell yeah.
Wadham's gone next year. I think it's definitely a position they'll take at some point. I don't think you can take it off the board at 23. It's a wild card.
God, yeah, they're not. I mean, that's my fault, but they're not even in my head.
I think Paul Olson's in the past. He wants Jordan Davis.
Not a bad pick.
What's going on?
Yeah, I think maybe he wants to trade for him.
I don't know. Yeah. I mean, I got some names that we haven't mentioned yet. I see a lot of Brissys out there, which makes a ton of sense. Kalijah Cansey as well. I think Brian Branch is definitely an option, whether you start him at corner or eventually move him to safety. He's someone you have to consider. I don't like it, but Deonte Banks is definitely a name the Vikings could look at. Everybody, I think he's more of a media-generated prospect, but definitely somebody who fits what Brian Flores likes in his corners. And then who's their corner I had? I think is a realistic option. I said Branch. And then the 2 receivers, Addison Johnson. I think those are the guys that you're really looking at, those 5.
Yeah, I don't really have any other names that nobody's mentioned. I mean, my top 3 right now are probably Brian Brissy. I mean, I'm not counting the corners because that's kind of a pipe dream. So I'm taking Porter, Witherspoon, Gonzalez out of there. Cansey is so defensive line, those 2. And probably Brian Branch. I think Levigus and I are pretty much on the same page this year. Usually we're not. So I see a lot of high fives happening.
I thought he was praying. Oh, they don't pair his comment. Yeah, we'll be high fiving. I think Cansey right now. I mean, this could change, but he's shot out to my number 1 want. Just you watch how explosive he is at the ball. I think that's what Cansey. That's what I want. That's what I want so bad. Just that explosive guy on the D line can take over. And I know he doesn't have the great size you want, but he's so damn quick and explosive. And Flores moves him around. That could be a major mismatch.
Yeah, and T-Bass, love that guy. Love him, but I think inside linebacker is like so far off their radar right now, which means they'll probably take him in round 1. But I don't think it's any chance.
It's weird. These simulators you do, Trenton Simpson gets no love. He's like a second, sometimes even in the 3rd round. Mock drafts by popular analysts, he's getting no love. Even Brissy's kind of the same way. Or sometimes I don't see him going in round 1, and you're like, what the hell?
I
is
see him
going on
going
here?
like fucking top 15, and then all of a sudden middle of round 2. I mean, he's
I know.
all over the place.
So something's going on there. I don't know what it is, but it's weird. It's really weird. And Simpson, you're right, T-Bass. That is one guy who's just.
Love him.
That's why I want to bring Vogel back on, or what's the first guy we talked to, and just see what their opinion is now. Because who's the first one we talked to? What was his name? The draft guy we had on. Because he was like, Trenton Simpson is not getting past 15.
Talking about Joe D?
Yeah, Joe D. So
Joe D was shit.
Yeah, he was. I just couldn't remember his name. But he was saying, Trenton Simpson. No, that's fine. That's fine. I just think he looks like the guy from the Kingsman movies.
The fuck?
He's like, yeah, he's not getting by 15, and now you don't see this guy going in round 1 anywhere.
I think inside linebacker always seems to be, even that year when Kendricks was drafted, Perryman, who was the other guy? They always fall.
Roderick McKinney.
Yeah, absolutely. McKinney. Who did I just say?
Perryman, Kendricks.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like inside linebackers always fall further than they should, and I think same thing's going to happen. I love Simpson from Clemson. I just don't think there's any way in hell that we take him. And it's unfortunate because he's fucking awesome.
Yeah, Drew Sanders is another one who could go late round 1.
Well, hey, good thing is maybe one of those guys fall to round 3. We snap them up, our pants hit the floor, and shit is hitting the fan.
Yeah, what happened? All right, are we ready? Let's do a mock.
All right, let's do it. Comments hot and heavy.
Yep, we're going to go with the consensus here, and we'll bring on, if you guys, anybody wants to come on and grade it, we'll bring you on and grade it.
So we're going to do the PFF mock tonight,
Ooh,
and we're going to make the team way fucking better. And let me hide the comments. Pants can't stay on, says Ryan Bark. All right, let's do this.
All right, here we go. So they can't, you can't see the comments?
Well, I can, but I'm not going to really overly pay attention to them.
All right, I'll keep an eye on it. Gary Balser says if one more person signs up as a patron, he'll donate another $25 to her.
Oh, come on. Let's go. Let's go. Just because of that, I'm putting the link up there. Gary, my man.
And look at this. This is interesting. Kalijah Cansey now ranked higher than Brian Bresee on PFF's.
You know what's interesting?
Rankings.
Is that Gary is going to just pull up that cheddar. Hit up that Patreon link. One more, Gary does it. Yes, so let's look at this quick. So we got Cansey, Bresee. Oh, my gosh. Zay Flowers, Jordan Addison.
This is like a dream scenario.
Cornerbacks must have just went absolutely crazy.
So we got Cansey, Bresee on the board. Receivers, Zay Flowers. Who else did you say?
Jordan Addison is there.
Jordan Addison's there. We got Cansey. Harms is Cansey
still there. That's crazy. We do have 2 trade offers.
I never know to figure out how to access these on this.
So we could go to 31 and then get 63.
Let's see. We got 1, 2.
Let's take trades out of the deal here.
Yeah, we got 2 for Cansey. We're gonna pull trades off on this one, even though this is a situation where you maybe look to move down a little bit.
The trade was good, but then it gets a little nutty. So let's so Cansey, Bresee, Zay Flowers, Addison, Josh Brown.
We got like a 3-1-1 right now. No, it's okay.
Daniel Forbes, little guy. Cam Smith still on the board.
6-3 Cansey.
Adebawore.
Maybe 7-3 now.
Let's go.
Yeah, I think this is going to be Kalijah Cansey.
How is Nathaniel Dell ranked 43rd?
All
right. Cansey seems to be the pick, so we're doing it. Cansey, that's a hell of a first round, everybody. Well done.
I love it. So it's in round 3 here. Round 3.
Gary.
Bresee did get some percentage.
Gary, we don't have a new Patreon yet, but we do appreciate that offer anyways.
What an offer.
All right, so we're heading to pick 87, I believe. And we are on the board. Garrett Williams, a guy that I am definitely warming up to. I don't know how well he is in man coverage. It seems to be more of a zone guy. Carl Brooks, another guy I'm warming up to.
Me too.
But in the comments, if you want to see a particular position, hey, I'm all for it. Let me know. long as it's not Nagi.
What was it? What were the top two again? We got Garrett Williams and
we got Tanner McKee, a guy that if we vote in, I'll be very sad, but he is there. Garrett Williams, Andre Carter.
Harms wants you to look at wide receivers.
Absolutely. I got you, Mr. Harms.
Those are not great.
I would love nothing more than Bryce Ford Wheaton in round 4.
Yeah. Size and speed. Yeah, I like the receivers, but around later. I love
Charlie Jones. No,
I think we wait.
Yeah, I think receiver might be a little nutty there. But let's go back. So comments, let us know who you want.
So someone said Williams Torrey. We got one for Garrett Williams, one for Booty, Tanner McKee by Skull TYA, Trey Palmer. This one's pretty split.
I think Jalen Jones is going to end up being a stud too, but I know we're not taking him.
Why'd you put corner up or linebacker?
Look at Kobe Turner, interviewee at 100 right now, baby. That's going to be a good one. What do you want?
Look at linebacker. Viking Funeral wants to take a look at linebacker.
Absolutely. I'll do anything he asks.
Well, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you got to. Viking Funeral. Williams, Pace, Cam Jones.
They got
Sewell's
Cam Jones
there.
Very high.
We got one for Carl Brooks, a couple for Dorian Williams, 3 for Dorian Williams. No. One for Max Duggan. You know what, we got Jay Jones, Sewell now. We got this is getting pretty wild.
Gross.
2 for Sewell. So I think.
Well, I guess I'm gonna let you make the call here.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a couple more before I decide.
You've looked at the comments more than me, so.
Anybody hasn't voted yet, give your vote. We're gonna close this. I'm gonna give it 2 more seconds. Yeah, I think we're gonna go Dorian Williams. Dorian Williams, linebacker.
My God, I'm blowing up.
Apparently allergic to that pick. I think you got some on me.
I want to be clear. If we take Dorian Williams in round 3, I'm not going to be happy.
No, do it. Take him. It's what the people
want.
I'm
going to sneeze again. Jesus. I like Dorian Williams. I like him in round 5. Carl Brooks
is still there. Carl Brooks is still on the board, everybody. Carl Brooks still there.
Thank you, Ashley. I appreciate. I'm gonna sneeze.
Oh, Dirk Diggler, not nice.
What Dirk say?
He says those are AIDS sneezes.
Oh God, damn it! Well, you know what? I've seen commercials. It sounds like it's pretty curable these days.
We got 3-4 for Carl Brooks.
How do you not take? Jesus Christ.
I think this has to be Carl Brooks. Oh, well, Mark J hates Carl Brooks. Yeah, you gotta go Carl Brooks here. They want Carl Brooks. Uh-oh, Paul Olson says 3 sneezes is allergies. He is a PA. Are you crying?
No, we got a new Patreon. Gary, we got one.
We did it, Gary.
Hey, Hutch is in the house. Oh, we did it. We did it. Well done, everybody. Well done.
All right, let's get wide receiver put up there.
All right, I'm sorry. Woo-wee. I feel like I'm going to sneeze again. Bryce Ford Wheaton is still there. Come on, everybody. He's tall. He's fast as hell. Let's go. Bryce Ford Wheaton.
We got a couple asking for corners too. Yeah, how many is that? 5 patrons tonight? Patreonites?
That is 5. Appreciate everybody. Appreciate everybody hopping on. Hit that sub button.
We got 3. We got 3, 4 for Wheaton now. 5. What's Will Wheaton? 6. Someone keeps wanting Mekhi Blackman so bad.
I'll look at what do you say? Cornerbacks?
Cornerbacks.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to.
But I do think this is. I think this is Bryce Ford Wheaton.
All right, well, let's do it because I'm all for that shit. What a combine! I love him.
BF Dubs. Gary Balster just dropped another 50 bones.
Gary, you said you were only doing 25
Yeah.
when you got that much. Gary, hey, hit it up in the comments. Give it up for Gary again.
Maybe Gary hit the wrong button.
I'm glad he did. Gary, greatly appreciated. Damn.
Wow.
I can't see. I don't know how to go to the players that we drafted.
Yeah, I don't know. I like the different rankings on this one, but as far as using it, it's a little more difficult.
It is difficult. Everybody's giving Gary some love. Gary, appreciate it, man. Holy shit, Balster is right. So
we gotta look at a corner here.
Well, we got defensive line, we got linebacker, and now we have wide receiver.
Yeah.
So we have not addressed the cornerback position. Let's go. I know Corey Trice is going to be available down the road.
I do like Carrington Valentine.
Rajon Wright's good. Miles Brooks is great. There's Corey Trice.
There's Corey Trice. I don't know why he's ranked so low.
He's actually ranked low on like all of them.
There's one I think he's fairly.
Well, this is our last pick, round 6, I believe. So let's make her count. So if anybody has, throw them in the comments.
We got one for Trice, one corner from Penn State.
Just a quarterback just fell, but Clayton Tune. I love me some Clayton Tune. DTR is there.
Yeah, DTR is on the board. Tyson Badgett. Everything's there. Charlie Boltman's wondering if Ricky Stromberg is available. One of these simulators has Stromberg, usually going very late.
Actually, a lot of them do. Let's go check old Stromberg.
We got a couple Trices. There's a Bobo.
Stromberg is Gonzo. Juice Scruggs is pretty much
the Juice Scruggs. Matamita wants Max Duggan. DTR, one for DTR. This one's really spread out. Henneman wants Juice Scruggs. Another one for Trice. Trice probably has the most votes that I've seen consistently. This one's really over the map. Juice is making a late push here. We'll give it a little bit longer.
Juice.
DTR is on the board. Duggan's making a push. We'll give it a little bit longer. I need a couple more from one guy, and we'll go with it. Oh God, you know what? I think the pick's in.
What is it?
Is in. Brad Anderson sealed it. Juice Scruggs is the pick.
You know what? Not bad. Not bad for a 6th-round pick. Juice Scruggs, come on home. So that's going to wrap her up. But we'll take a quick peek at how we did. I think the Dorian Williams really was a reach.
I don't know. Different simulators have him ranked all over. So
I love him, but round 3 is crazy to me. So there we go. We got
an A-.
Love it. Ain't got an A-. Carl Brooks. Hell yes. Bryce. That's not polite. That doesn't seem right. The simulator's broken.
Yeah, I don't know what that C+ is about.
Hey, overall grade A. We did well. Everybody.
Well done. I mean, you can flip the Williams and the Brooks. I mean, because Brooks we almost took him in round 3. I do believe he has been invited to the Vikings 30 whatever player thing.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't complain about this for a second. In the Zone podcast, yes, I actually would have liked a quarterback taken, but
and then there's no corner either, which is a little bit horrifying.
No, but we'll see. Don't agree with the picks. Greg doesn't like them very much, and that's fine. That's fine, Greg.
He hates them.
I'm all right with it. I'll take this. I think
like
the overall grade of an A is a little generous. I'd probably give this about a C+.
Well, I mean, you can't address every need in every draft. So, I mean,
what's a redo?
5 picks. He wants to do it over. That's fine. You can't love every. Ellis Greger. Thank you.
What Ellis Greger do? LS, my man.
Oh, here comes the angry Vikings fans are coming out. I don't know. I
greatly appreciate it, man. Keith Millard's one of our favorites.
Yeah, absolutely. And Brooks isn't strictly an edge. He can move him inside too. So there's a lot of things you can do with Carl Brooks.
Oh yeah, I completely anticipate him being on the line. I don't see him as an edge. He's a big boy.
Yeah,
big boy. Yes, undrafted quarterback. We'll go grab one of those, but not bad. Well done, everybody. Lupagus, what do we got else? We got anything?
No, that's it. That is putting a wrap on this week's Horned Up.
Yeah, 5 Patreons tonight. Gary, LS, all the guys,
Everybody.
everybody who came. Appreciate it. That was awesome. Hit that sub button if you're watching. We are going to be hot and heavy. And also, remember, draft tailgate. It's going to be fun. A lot of giveaways. And we're almost at 10,000 subs, which would be another big giveaway.
Hell yes. And guys, remember this. This is very, very important. Sex is viewed as a basic human right in the Netherlands. Citizens with disabilities can get government funding to pay for sexual assistance up to 12 times per year.
My Lord.